Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. Very happy to have Patrick with Patchworks back on the show. You remember him? He builds all these awesome van creations. Well, today he's going to give us a tour of a Ford Transit mid-roof, and this thing is really cool. So join us for the tour.
Hi Patrick, thanks so much for having me. It's good to be back. I'm super excited to share this with all of you guys. It's the newest, coolest van I've ever built, and I'm stoked that you have a way to show it to all these beautiful people. I'll take you a walk on the outside first. Like you said, it is a Ford Transit van. It's a mid-roof, it's all-wheel drive, and it's got like 100 miles on it, so it's a sweet van, and inside is quite a sweet build. There is an aftermarket dash cam that I added. It points forward and backwards and records while you're parking, so if anything happens, you have evidence of what happened. I added this window. When I first got the van, it was a complete cargo van, bare metal, no windows, none of that, and I added all that stuff in. On the roof, there is 400 watts of solar, a max air fan, and actually a Starlink Mini. Back here, there's not much to see besides the garage, but the garage is kind of something to see. So I'll let you peek in there. That is a 25-gallon water tank. It goes over the wheel well. You can check how much water's in there and fill on the inside. Sometimes I put the fills on the outside, but it kind of feels weird to me. And with the height we had here, inside was better. So you can open up and go to that. The panels are bamboo edge to look nice, and this is back so you can screw hooks and baskets or whatever you want, and then a little slidey door in case you need to get to the lock. This electrical system is the nicest thing I've ever built. It's an Epic 460. It's got all Victron. There's an Orion and a servo and a charge controller in there. This is all the fuses and all the breakers. It's everywhere. Where the Starlink plugs in, solar breaker, shore power breaker, a nice plate to put your adapter, a screen in the back. There's also a screen in the front. And then of course the multi-plus. If you walk around here, I can show you where that plugs into. You know, close this. Of course, a beautiful tree, because if we're making something out of wood, we ought to do our best to make it look beautiful. This is the shore power plug. Nothing you guys haven't seen before, but it's nice, it's waterproof, and it's easy access. I also added this window, which is a big window. It gives you a big view, and also when you're driving, it opens up your blind spot over your shoulder, which is a big thing. And then I'll show you inside. I'll start with the front, because that's what we're doing. We have a swivel seat that comes all the way around. They're super nice. You can see the dash cam up there, and then a brand new van. It's super nice, honestly. There's all sorts of pockets and plugs and vents and controlling. If you're doing a lot of hours and traveling in a van, having something this new and modern and all the convenience and comforts is something really nice. I've driven around the country many, many times in much older vehicles, and I'm sure this would be nice. This is a nice blackout curtain, and I've actually been doing these a little differently. Between the last van you saw and this van, I built another van and another van, and figured this out. So it's magnetic in the middle. Instead of doing this and you have to open this all the way out to get through, you can just walk through the middle and move on with your life. There's also little clasps and that kind of things like that. If you look at the floor, you can see that it's beautiful. This is waterproof, life-proof, scratch-proof, all of that composite stuff. Super nice and easily enough to replace. In the doorway is what's a little bit of a signature for me. The client here really trusted me and what I've learned over all the years of me building and living in the van. And one of the favorite things about my van is the doorway table. I use it every day for all the things. Gives you a place to charge things. This is the dimmer light, up and down for all of that. And then of course, water at the doorway. When you're filling up, getting ready for adventure, you want something that's quick. And when you have the van and you're hanging out with all of your friends, they're gonna want some water, and now you have a place. It also lets you, if you're filling up the water tank with water you don't necessarily trust to drink, you can fill this with purified water that you're trusting, and use that. Boom. Over to here is the main bench. It's set up in a way that's decently clever. This lifts up, I'll show you that first, and locks up so you can get in there. It is a huge space, lots of bulk storage. The cushion is really nice. Plenty of space to sit down, and if you are familiar with my van, this is the same setup I have, because you can sit like this as well and put your feet up. I won't do it now. Put a pillow behind you, and you're big lounging. And then of course you also have this table that pulls out. Gives you everything you need to cook, eat, work. It has Starlink, he's gonna be working on the road. This goes away. And then this, kind of mixing things up here, also comes out. So if you double this with this, you got a full workstation, and that's really good. Under here, while I'm here, is a Cuddy composting toilet. This is my favorite composting toilet. I think they really nailed the design of this, and it only gets better with every rendition. It pops up, it's ready to go. It's vented, it has an electrical plug, moves out, there's no smells, there's no nothing. Cleaning up is as easy as could be, and then it slides in, hides away, and you don't have to worry about it. And now we'll step over to the kitchen. It's a really nice kitchen. In this space, it was kind of hard. In these vans, the driver's seat when you're driving is pretty far back into there. So that is why this counter had to be cut. But when you're driving, it fills in that gap. And then when you're camping, if you don't want it being so tight, you can move it up. It's an induction cooktop. It's plugged into a plug down here that has a switch on it as well, so you don't have to leave it powered on the whole time. Underneath is a big old roll at the top that goes well with this swivel table. When you're sitting here, you have a place to put things, eating, drinking, all of that kind of stuff. They're big, open, and nice. Under that is the fridge. This was the best way to put the fridge. I spent a long time designing this kitchen, and when it's done, it can kind of seem like, oh yeah, of course that's how you would do it. But originally this fridge was gonna go sideways, and then it was gonna go in that bench, but then it would have taken up all that bench, and if I turned it sideways here, it would have taken up all the space, so I wouldn't have drawers. So I wanted it vertical, but if I made it vertical and made this cabinet as wide as this, it would have been too big. So this was the solution. It's now as easy as it could be. It also gives you room at this seat. You can put your feet up as well, and then of course, gets all your stuff. And when you're camping and cleaning and all of that, it's easy to pull out and deal with it, because that is the reality of life on the road. This is a full rack of drawers with lots of storage. They all have latches built in, so they're on soft close. And then at the end, you just push them in, it latches, and it doesn't open when you're driving. That's something new that I've been doing, and it works really well, really simple. Takes away steps. You can see that's a pretty big one down there. All very nice. Under here is the gray water. So he has a big freshwater tank in the back, and gray water is something you can take out and dump. It makes the reality of where you're gonna dump a lot easier when you can move it and you don't have to find an actual dump station. There's a lot of space under there for other under sink storage things. The water pump there is two connections between the water tank and the water pump. So there's very few failure points, and they're all in strategic places. So if they do fail, they're easy to work, fix, and catch and notice that something is going wrong. The water pump has a switch as well up here, and then I can move this absolute giant sink for this little van. But when you're talking about what's really useful for what you want on the road, this is that. Oh, honestly, the water tank might be a little frozen, so I'm not gonna push that. But there is really good water pressure out of there when everything is functioning at a normal level. Like I said before, I added this window in. This is one of my favorite windows. It's a little frozen as well. It's cold out here. Has a screen. The screen opens, and this is something the client wanted. This swivels out there and has a long hose on it. So if he needs to wash off things back there. He also has a rinse kit, but that gives you another option. There's also a USB port here to keep things charged up, and a little medicine cabinet for your toothpaste, toothbrush, and other little things. This fits a bunch of seasoning, too wide, so a lot of seasoning, and then another big cubby for oil, vinegar, and that kind of stuff. Up top is more storage. There will be a handle on this, but that decision is to the client of what kind of nice little handle it's gonna be, and then some more storage up here. This curves a lot in this van from over here to over here. So the headspace gets kind of goofy, and these keeping in, those are designed to work with the airbags, and in a brand new van, I didn't feel comfortable taking those out and messing with how it was manufactured to work. People do take them out, but I felt more comfortable leaving them like that. This light is actually pretty cool. There's a switch on it, and it's connected to the factory wire harness. So when you open the doors, this light comes on, which I think is really neat, and you can order it. But there is a switch, so if you don't want that to happen, then you don't have to worry about it. While we're up there, you can also see the ceiling. And the ceiling is actually outdoor vinyl. So it is waterproof, it is super lightweight, it's very thin, and it's very pliable and malleable, so it can go with the curves. He's actually 5'8", and at this point here is 5'8 and an eighth. To get a little bit more headroom where you're standing most, I actually bowed the ceiling up into the gaps. It's kind of hard to tell, but if you look, you can kind of see it in this line. So that you have more headspace in the main area of where he's standing. And of course, it makes a little, so if you're hanging out with your friends, DJing, hitting the record scratch, you can. This big cabinet is huge. It's got a big old shove spot up there, big old thing in there. This will have more shelves if he wants to add them. All his clothes and that kind of things. We saw this drawer, but I'll show you again. They lift up. This is like this, so if you're cooking and using this as counter and you put something on it, but then you need to get something from the drawer, you can move it to the other side and only open half of it, which is pretty slick. Boop. These open up. Again, just big old drawers. Lots of storage. And then a shoe slot under there. And behind that wall is an S-bar gas heater. This is a gas vehicle. The vent comes through. You can see the controller over here. And if you ever need to work on the S-bar heater, you can take out these 3 drawers and the wall that's back there super easily and have big access space to work on that. A lot of people put them under the passenger seats, and to me, and the reality of when you got to work on things, doesn't make sense. So I put mine in places like that. I'll show you this next. Ooh. A little drawer that pulls out when there's not a lock on it yet. But that's good to go with this. Your chargers, your little things, that kind of stuff can go in there. And then another little shot. Your main shoes or books or papers or whatever you need. And then even more cubby space. There's big old pockets in these transit vans. From where their seams are to where the beams are, it's a big old pocket. I felt bad wasting that space. That's how these beds pop out. That's how this exists. And then this closet as well goes into that. So you get the maximum amount of depth. These cubbies don't go as deep as these because that's where the beam is. Anyway, using space wisely. Some more storage up top here and up here. A big old bed. This is just about a full-size bed besides those cuts in those little corners, so lots of space. This is a Dunlap mattress. If he wants to add more thickness, he will later on. Have some art back there. A reading light with a USB so you can keep your things charged. And there's also a big wall on this side that he'll be able to add hooks and shelves and all of that kind of stuff to make his life better. Also, you can see the Max Air fan here. There is a remote. He'll figure out where he wants to put that. Blows in, blows out. It's central. It also gives the standing height here. I'm taller than 5'8", so I'm scratching no matter what. And then a little control center here, which is really cool. The Servo GX in Victron is pretty much a computer, and all the components of the computer all get plugged into there. It does all its math, and it makes sure that all of the charging and discharging and everything is just maximized. It's really nice when you're spending a lot of money on an electrical system, adding those extra systems and being able to monitor them. You can turn everything on and off, check all the specs and everything from one place, and make sure it's all done exactly as the manufacturers want it. It's pretty useful. It's pretty cool. I really like this. And then, of course, this another little dividing wall. It's part of how you have to build with the pockets. This is the first piece of wood that went into this build. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
This is an awesome creation here,
Thank
Patrick.
you, thank you.
It's got your style in it, but then it's also got some new technology. I know on some of your builds, you use like a portable Jackery or Blue Eddy or something, which makes a lot of sense because you can pull it out and you can bring it into a restaurant and charge it up and bring it back into the van. But this is a complete off-the-grid system with what, 400 watts of solar in a roof?
400 watts of shadow flux solar too. So those are the newest panels. They work better when they're partially shaded and that kind of stuff, or when it's cloudy.
Kind of like
so
today.
Like today. And then of course it charges when you're driving the engine, and if you need to plug in, that multi-plus can take 50 amps, or from here you can drop it down. If you're plugged into your friend's house at 15 amps, you can mark it there and take that charge too. So it is super cool. Really, I just try to work with what the people have. I love building these. The truth is that I love the road, and I love what the road offers you and all of that kind of stuff. So being able to help anybody get there with the level that they have is what I like to do. That's the puzzle for me. We talk, we chat, what do you have, what do you want to do, yada, 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 and I'm able to take my experience and expertise and create something that serves them the best it can with what they have. So
yeah, and you're one of the builders that actually lived in a van and traveled in the van.
Definitely.
And know what works, what doesn't work, knows all the pain points, and can share those experiences with the people that you work with.
Yeah, absolutely. I still live in my van. I still love it to death. It was the key to me unlocking as much as I can out of this life. So doing it for other people is great, and people respecting that time that I've put in. I've spent 7 years building and living in a van, 8 years now. It's a long time, and I learned a lot. And the fact that I get the opportunity to do it for other people and share that and let other people figure out the beauty and magic of the road is really special to me. So I super appreciate the opportunities.
Well, that's awesome. I can't wait to have you back on the show because I can't wait to see your next creation.
Yep.
This is Patrick with New Jersey's Outdoor Adventures YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next one.
See you guys. There will be another.